Has it ever happened to you that no matter how much you've practiced, your soldering doesn't get any better? It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you already have a bit more experience, this mistake could be happening to you without you even realizing it. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to a new video. This mistake makes you think that there's something wrong with your technique, that you need to adjust the amperage better, change the welding angles, or maybe you just need more practice. But that's not the case. Those aren't always the problems. Even if you think this detail doesn't matter in your welding, it actually does. But what mistake am I talking about? The electrode, the brand and quality matter, they really do matter. It's not necessary to spend a lot of money on the electrode, but we do need to know which one to choose. Here I have this 6013 Electrode 2.5. This is an inexpensive electrode, approximately. It cost me $7 per kilo. Here I have another electrode from a more expensive brand, which cost me $11 per kilo. As we can see, the first difference is the color. This one is a little whiter than the other. The inexpensive one has a dark gray color and this one has a light gray color. Another difference we can see is the length. The inexpensive one is 4 centimeters shorter than the expensive one, which is longer. It's more useful since you don't have to replace the electrode as often. Also, just so you can see, here I have this electrode that I've had stored for 2 years. And as you can see, it's very damp and has little white spots like mold. Here, I'm going to show you a bit better so you can see the white threads much more clearly. If you want me to make a video testing this electrode, let me know down below in the comments. The first test I'm going to do will be stitch welding. For that, I'll use the machine at 90 amps and I'll use the budget electrode. When I make the first stitch, the electrode sticks. On the second try, it welds. But as you can see, while I'm making stitches, it keeps trying to stick. As you could see, with the budget electrode, it was hard to start the arc, and when I was making the first stitches, it tried to stick. Now I'm going to do the same stitch test, but with the more expensive electrode. I'm also going to use it at 90 amps. With this electrode, I can make the stitches without it sticking, and in none of the stitches did it try to stick. Now the next test I'm going to do is try to weld continuously. For that, I'm going to set the machine to 70 amps. To do this test, I'm going to use the same budget electrode. And as you can see, I'm having a hard time starting the arc. When I weld for a long time, it's like the arc tries to cut out. That's why I'm making longer stitches and not welding continuously. I'll weld up to halfway so you can compare it to the other electrode. Now I'm going to use the expensive electrode and weld the other half. As you can see, at first it didn't try to stick right away, it started welding. Now I'm going to make some more beads so you can hear the sound of the arc from each electrode. Now, so you can hear the difference with the other electrode, I'm also going to make the beads. As you could hear, with the more expensive electrode you hear a constant sound, but with the cheaper electrode you hear a sharper sound, like it wants to stop, and that makes the weld break or the electrode stick. Hearing is very important when welding. Just by listening to the sound of the weld, a welder already knows if they're welding well or not. There are cheaper or more expensive electrodes. No matter the price set by the brands, the difference is in the quality. In the cheaper ones, they use lower quality materials, and the quality of the coating is often inconsistent, affecting the electric arc and stability. If your welds aren't coming out well, ask yourself these questions. Am I using the right electrode or the right brand? A cheap or poorly stored electrode can cause cracks, porosity, or a weak bead. And this will make you doubt yourself, thinking you need more practice with your welding technique. In short, no matter your level of experience, a good weld is made with a good electrode. And did you know that this could be a mistake when welding? Leave it down below in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to follow me. It would help me a lot.